Hi, this is Apocrypha from Apoc Industries, starting a new Let's Play with Factorio 0.17, which is in beta right now. I'm on 0.17.2 at the moment, I think. Um, the goal of this playthrough will be to do a beautiful grid-based base, because I've never done one before. Just quickly going to go over the world settings, basic kind of rail world settings where the resources are very spread out, which is going to encourage us to use trains. The resource patches are a little bit bigger than usual, quite a bit richer than normal. We have no cliffs. Water is going to be big and spread out, which is going to give us lots of space to build. Trees are scaled up in the sense that they're going to be more spread out and lower coverage, which means that the forests themselves are going to be thinner. I have it set to more of a deserty kind of world, so that our mini map looks better with the stone paths to make things look prettier. That's the whole name of the game, is making things pretty. Enemy bases are all normal. Starting area size is a little bigger than usual. Enemy expansion is turned on with a minimum cooldown turned down a bit. Usually I play with pretty heavy biter presence, but kind of want to focus more on making a beautiful base in this playthrough, so not wanting to worry too much about biters. I also have the time factor and pollution factor turned off for evolution, but the destroy factor I think doubled from what the default is. So we won't be ever passively evolving biters, only ever actively. And then everything else is just kind of normal. So yeah, let us just kind of hop right in. So the goal for this episode is hopefully to get our standard bootstrap kind of set up. It's going to take a bit of doing, but hopefully we can get it done pretty quickly. First and foremost, we're going to start mining some iron. And we don't have any wood nearby, do we? Oh, there's a little bit. What we really need is some coal. Any big rocks? I don't think so. There's a little tiny forest up there, but we'll probably use that mostly for making telephone poles, or whatever they're called, power poles. So we're just gonna take a little bit of coal and put it in here. 1, 2, 2. Make sure Alt mode is on, and then we're gonna go looking for some big rocks if we can find any. Not hopeful. Oh, there's one. Got some uranium close by. It'll be handy at some point, I'm sure. Oh, we also forgot to pick a color. What's a good color that'll stand out against desert? How about purple? There we go. One thing that I haven't seen mentioned a whole lot is that no, that's not what I meant to make. Whatever, it's fine. These additional buttons, you need a slash command to show them if you are starting a new game. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't remember what the slash command actually is, mind you. Otherwise, I would let you know what it is. But I don't remember, so you have to figure it out on your own. Sorry. I think it's something like use extra toolbar buttons or something. So yeah, our primary goal is going to be getting our iron set up, getting a little tiny bit of copper, starting a little bit of stone mining, definitely a lot of coal, because we do not have a lot of big rocks. probably going to get attacked by biters relatively early because we don't have a lot of trees to absorb pollution, but that's okay. The initial attack shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. The new biters are really cool, though. They have wicked sound effects. We don't need a whole lot of wood, just enough to make some power poles. And then we're going to head back and get some coal mining, I think. Is there coal yet? It's pretty dark, so I'll try and remember to stay zoomed in at night. Alright. Make these one at a time so that we get them a little quicker. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and we actually will be able to do 4 right away. Nice. Okay, coal, drop you in there, kickstart that. And any additional burner miners we are going to put on iron for now. And now I'll just run back and forth, get some copper, or get some coal, drop off the coal here. So the aim by the end of this episode is to have our little bootstrap set up to be able to make all of the stuff that we need to make a base. So things like inserters, transport belts, all that kind of stuff. And in just a moment I'll show you what I mean by a grid, because I have a blueprint. The only blueprint that I'll be taking out of the book for this playthrough is this one here. So this is basically going to be the grid that we're going to be basing things off of. It is the space of... Where'd that blueprint go? It is the space of a single large power pole between, with walking paths in between. And this gives us enough room to run a bus, like 16 lanes of a bus, however we need to. So that's going to be our general format that we're using for our kind of production modules. I'm looking forward to getting that set up. All our smelters are going to be contained in those. All of our production facilities. We'll try and keep things as modular as possible. We have quite a few furnaces, which is good. I think I might go toss a couple of these on copper now. Get a couple more of these here. 1, 2. Okay, and then we'll run and put some on copper. We do need to get some on stone as well, but we'll get to that. This is a very nice starting area. Just put 2 on copper for now. There we go. Enough. And then put another couple more burner miners here as well, so that we get more coal. Okay. Next thing that we're going to do is get our starter power set up. We do need to start researching. We will make use of the research queue, but we don't need to right away. What we do need to do, however, which I just remembered, is set up some miners on stone, which we will do right now. Doesn't need to be perfect. Here, do this. So, here we go. Just going to make sure that we are keeping these topped up. Right. We need one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these, and then some power poles. We are also going to need a lab and I forget. Doesn't matter. This is not where our final power station is going to be. What I'm planning on doing is building up kind of over this way, I think. And our power is probably going to be over here. But for the time being, we're just going to build a little power station just here. So, get this kind of out of the way. One of these. Oh, we're going to need a box here, and that burner inserter we accidentally built. Be useful here. That there. That's how I always space out my power poles. Okay. We are running out of coal here. Not a big deal, because we have lots now. Great. Okay. Alright, and so what we're going to do is, did we build a lab? We did not. We'll probably build 2 labs actually, and just build the science twice as quickly. We will need copper for that, though. Well, we're not going to build these just yet. What we are going to do is do automation, and that is going to be followed by logistics. Let's do military first so that we can just be prepared in case we do get attacked, and then do optics and then logistics. Let's do that. So that's 10, 10, 10, and 20. So that's 50 packs, 50 of these red science packs altogether. I'm just totaling up this number here, which is how many we need altogether. I'll just handcraft all those. So we have 1 lab ready. Go here, and we'll queue up the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And that is what we will build for the foreseeable future, is science packs. And that should easily be able to run off of that 1 steam engine that we have. There we go. The nice thing about handcrafting the science versus automating it is that we can actually craft it quickly enough that we can keep up with the research. Oops, this can do that much. There we go. here anyway. As long as we're actually putting the science in. Yeah, so our electricity usage should be fine here. And we are going to need one of these, just to heat them up. There we go. I would start building automation for this stuff, but we don't need to right away. Okay. See how our pollution's doing. Yeah, we're already polluting quite a ways out, so hopefully we won't get attacked by biters too soon. See, we're actually keeping ahead of where the research, like what is required for the research, which is really good. Just looking for any of these that are down to single-digit coal and plopping more coal in. And we'll run back and grab some more coal. Not like that. Almost done our military as well, which is great. We'll be able to build an SMG, which is much better than our little pistol that we have. There we go. We're going to queue up 5 assembly machine 1s. That is what we need for our little bootstrappy thing. We actually need a total of, I think, 8. I have a design that was inspired by Nilaus, who makes fantastic Factorio videos. Definitely check them out if you have not. But I have a design that I use for bootstrapping building materials that we will implement here. Need to get through all of this handcraftiness before we can get into that. Great. We're down to our last little science here. Yeah, should be fine. We are going to need a few more inserters. We should maybe need a few more boxes too. Just get all that out of the way. How are you doing for coal? Let's refill some of this while we're here. Double check that our coal down here is okay. Probably could stand to be topped up as well. And this is our last science pack. Fantastic. We will run down and top up the coal for our power, and then start building our little bootstrap. I actually want to move these. Kinda? Nah, we'll just build right in here. Okay, so what we need for this is something like this. Oh, we'll get rid of this as well. We'll see lots of this later. Don't need it for now. Alright. So this is going to be copper wire, red science, gears, circuits, and transport belts. And where do these go? Long handle inserters, which we are going to need a couple of. Not right away, but let's go here. And that's almost done, but not quite. Fantastic. So that's our initial round of science done. Great. So our next science that we're going to be getting is going to be turrets and electronics rather, and then fast inserters. And we're not going to handcraft any of this. This is going to be all handled by this junk here. Something like this. And this, we can move it a little bit. Oops. Go. So now we are producing out of one chest of iron and one chest of copper, which is easy to kind of restock. We are producing red science, green circuits, and yellow belts. We can go ahead and set up our hotbar here the way that we like it. Repair packs, our car, which we won't have for quite a while yet, and this is going to be coal. I don't know how I end up having coal in two places here, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can take these off. This is going to be, for now, small power poles, and then it'll eventually be large power poles. Alright, so let's grab some more stuff and continue working. We can just start plopping coal in all these because we have so much coal. It's wonderful. We'll fill this up with some copper. Drop some more iron in here. The second half of this is going to require 3 more assembly machines. And we're going to build miners, assemblers, and there's going to be another gear machine in there too. Which is going to require quite a few more inserters and some long-handled inserters as well. Probably should... Oh, none. Okay, slide that down. That. Oops, that's fine. Probably should get more iron. Just build a couple more of these just to keep up with our iron demands. Oh, we're also pretty much out of furnaces, which is not so good. Right. So our demand for iron is going to rise very sharply once we start doing this other stuff. So we are going to do something like, see if I can remember now. Okay, so this is gonna be like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is gonna be iron gears. This is going to be inserters. This is going to be miners. And these we need more. So we go here, so we go here, here. Let's actually do this a little bit differently. We'll fill this that way. Oh, we can't do that. Yes, we can. Yeah, okay. And then we'll put these out like that. And like this. Yeah, okay. You get some iron. Yeah. No, that's right. Can't do it like that because you need to be able to pull like this. Okay. Perfect. And you get a little bit of iron. And a chest coming out of here for inserters. Just going to be limited to one stack. And miners, we're just going to let them kind of do what they do. I'm not actually going to put these in a chest because I don't need large quantities of them to start off with. So we will just keep it like that for now. It's a little bit of a tangled mess in here, but basically what this does is it takes the green circuits that we have, feeds green circuits into both miners and inserters. This extra box of iron is going to all three of these things. The iron goes from that chest into this gear making machine, which then goes into each of these two machines, which both need gears to produce the things that it needs to produce. Make sure that all of our stuff is topped off. Probably also need to start considering having more more copper, because our copper usage is going to start going up quite a bit. So let's just get a couple more of these. Go. There. Speaking of copper, let's make sure that we have copper in here. We definitely need more iron. Okay, so this is dead. Here. Okay. We'll also run down and make sure that we're doing okay here. Yeah, so our power isn't really peaking quite yet. Probably wouldn't hurt to just toss another boil on there for good measure. But we are going to fill this up with coal. Alright, go. Did we research turrets already? We did. Wow. The research went pretty quickly. Okay. Make sure that our iron is topped up in all the places where it needs to be topped up. Start grabbing all these belts. This is where our iron usage is really going to start skyrocketing. Alright. So we're at the point now where we have all of the materials that we're going to need to start really making headway on setting up our proper base. So what we are going to do is stop for today and pick it up fresh, decide where we're going to be building. Oh, sorry, one more thing we need to build is ammunition. Please forget that part. And it's important. And we'll do that here, here, here. Go. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we're all ready now to. We have all the stuff that we need to start making our grid. We will decide where exactly we're going to set up our smelting columns and stuff, where we're going to set up our power, and we will do all of that in the next episode and probably start dealing with some biters as well. So thank you very much for joining me. This has been episode 1 of Mosaic, Factorio 0.17 beta Let's Play, and I look forward to catching you next time. Cheers.